So continuing. Knowing the peace and love that I had found that was so unconditional and that was everywhere at any moment for us to just reach out and grab at any time, just that perfect bliss. I knew I couldn't leave all my loved ones behind and just let us go on without, falling into the traps. And so I decided to come back and be the best person I could be. I talked to God. I was essentially just like, all I need, just give me 5 years of relative peace before things get crazy. And that was 2005. And yeah, so I don't know. Whether it's true prophecy or just complete insanity, I don't know. But recently, I decided to do some spiritual rituals in order to put myself in a heightened state. And so during this time, I've been experiencing that consciousness, doing all of those different rituals to enhance it. I come to this point again where I know I have to share all my studies, all the things I've learned. In a lot of ways, yes, I have been spoiled. I have been non-functional. This is very true. I am not this ideal image of perfection. That doesn't exist. Perfection is just what is in front of you. This is it. This is it. And we all have our flaws, and all we can do is be the best person we can be, and we have to learn to love each other for that, despite all our flaws, despite our weaknesses. And during this time, as I've not been functional enough to work that much, a normal 9-to-5 type of job, I've been exploring my consciousness constantly, reading constantly the different mystic traditions, studying everything, having as much experience as I can to enhance my consciousness as much as possible. Because, as I know a lot of you will realize, consciousness is expanding rapidly, whether we like it or not. And people are going to have to learn to work their way through that. It will be difficult. It's a disintegration process. It's the most horrible thing I've ever experienced. It's complete disintegration of the self. Everything you are, everything you held on to, letting it all go. All of it. Just your whole life. Just everything as you know it, just whoosh, throwing it out the door. And being afraid of nothing. And when you come through that door, then you can't be touched. And so during this Holy Week, as I've been doing all the fasting, sleep deprivation, I probably slept for about 10 hours over the course of that whole week. And during that time, I was using, let's say, legal substances. And as I'm expanding my consciousness, I reached the climax at the end on Easter. As soon as it turns Easter, I did a ritual where when the Last Supper was supposed to be, I had my last meal before I did a full fast of absolutely no food. I had been on a strict diet of only wheat bread, broccoli, Greek yogurt, honey Greek yogurt, and fruit. And that was it. That's all I ate the whole time. And I didn't allow myself anything, any sweets or any kind of, decadent kind of things. And then so I have my last meal of just, organic fruit, you know, organic wheat bread, and I consume a psychedelic substance. And then after that experience, then I sleep for 5 hours. That was the period where I got a decent amount of sleep. And then I wake up, and basically I'd been working on that painting you see up there for hours and hours and hours and hours straight. Like, I woke up one day, I spent a whole day working 15 hours straight, just painting non-stop. On my back, I got in a car accident. Like, for whatever reason, how it happened, driving too fast, without a seatbelt on, what have you, I got in a car wreck going 110 miles an hour. And I survived that. My car was in 4 pieces. But I came out, I made it through, and I'm standing before you now. And I fought through the tremendous pain I was constantly feeling, the hunger I was constantly feeling, the suffering I was constantly feeling, and just continued to paint this poster, trying to create a portal, essentially, to that higher states of consciousness. And when I entered that realm, I knew I had to, I don't know, really start acting. Not just talking about it anymore, but acting as much and as hard and as infinitely compassionate as possible. You know, everything I can do. I want to start every Sunday for a spiritual experience. Pass out flyers to all the different churches and groups, Buddhists, like, go to their places, go to the mosque, put flyers there, offering everyone to gain unity through God, through sharing our unity together, by cleaning up the earth which we share, all of us together, trying to connect with the homeless people, showing them that we shouldn't be afraid of them, that we should love them unconditionally, just like we would love, you know, our loved ones. Jesus said that those who only love their loved ones, are they any better than thieves, really? Because, you know, even thieves can do that. You know, the key is to also love those that hate you, those that oppose you, to still have unconditional love for all people. You know, they're no longer being enemies, breaking down the barriers of separateness. And I've been opposed at like every turn. You know, like, they try to lock people like me up. They try to contain me. I'm a threat to society because I do things like sing and dance in public. Like, I just get my groove on and I'm just like, peace, 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 yelling at people. You know, saying about the kingdom of heaven being inside of you. Jesus said he is in the Father is in him, and he is in you. And just constantly going like that. And they try to lock me up for that. I'm a criminal for that. I don't deserve my own rights for that. I need to be drugged for that. And while I was having this powerful psychedelic trip, there was this force, a very dark force, that was coming at me at every turn. And essentially, during this vision, find out what happens next on the epic story of Schizophrenic John, coming up next in 5, 4, after these commercial breaks.